Welcome to day 6. It is super late, but I still made it, and it's still on day 6. But this is the no money, no credit, no excuse 30-day real estate challenge. I want to share an important insight with you, something that's just on my mind as I'm sharing, as I was preparing for this call. Life is always going to present opportunities. You're going to need to stay open. Even when you're busy, even when you're focused, even when things feel like, you got a lot going on and your mind is not focused, keep the goal in your mind so that everything becomes a potential stepping stone. Because to be honest, I didn't really do that much today directly relating to the challenge because we're running an event this weekend. But here's the thing, even in our busiest time, the challenges are still very alive in my mind. I'm finding ways for it to be integrated into everything that I do. So, for example, this event is a perfect opportunity for me to connect with people, to share what I'm doing, and maybe even find an investor or a partner. So the key is always to stay intentional and to stay open. I do truly believe that because you have chosen to take this challenge, the universe or God, however you want to call it, will always place the right opportunities, the right people, and the right answers in your path. You just have to stay open enough to recognize them, because it could be the random conversation at a coffee shop. It could be that person could be the exact insight or connection that you need, somebody that's going to connect you to help you believe that it's possible or share an insight about a market, right? The event that you're attending, maybe it could lead to your first investor or another piece of advice, right? The phone call that you've been avoiding, it might unlock the next step to the journey. Everything is working in your favor. The doors are opening. You just have to walk through them. All right. And here's some ways that you can stay ready for the opportunity. I would talk about this challenge with more people. Someone that's taking this challenge right now shared with me that she had talked to somebody on the phone, and she actually invited somebody to this challenge, and they're really excited about it, right? If you can invite somebody to this challenge, this is a great way for you to find a partner as well, because as they're going through the challenge, now you guys are sharing aligned vision. You guys are creating something like that. So I would also be very curious, especially when you're meeting new people, like what do you do? What's your expertise? And what excites you? Talk about those types of things. I was at a meetup tonight, an event that I was putting on, and yes, it was business and real estate that attracted us together, and they came because of that. But we talked about our relationship with our significant others, and it got really deep, and he was so grateful. He's like, "Thank you for this conversation." And the people that witnessed it, that were there, we didn't even really talk about real estate or business, but I feel like we built that rapport, right? So this is how you build a rapport. And when we start talking about capital raising, I'm going to share more of the codes that I use to invite people into a real estate deal with me instead of like begging for it, So keep this challenge at the top of your mind, so that it goes with you wherever you go, right? And yeah. Anyways, so I did talk to a couple more brokers, and I listened to a couple of the conversations and the questions that were shared here in this community. So very interestingly, one of the things that was shared with me was that someone said, this challenge is really, really amazing, and I'm your perfect avatar for it. And if I don't get this deal done, then this challenge really was kind of like a failure. Right. And for me, I'm like, I believe that to be true because I truly want to help. And I'm taking that as feedback, but also puts another layer of pressure, which, I'm like, can I do this? Am I able to lead somebody to this? Right. That same doubt. It's the doubt that you also have if you don't think that you can do a deal. Those things will continue to come up, and just know that they're just doubts. That's all they are. And I'm so glad and I'm so grateful for this person for how she really is committed to having this happen, and such a stand for, for me to ask the right to answer the right questions and things like that. So let's see, what did I do today? I did ask my network. See, once you start researching and you're getting information from your brokers, right? What do you do with this information now? So what do you do if 3 different brokers tell you 3 different places to invest? Like, let's say in that market. Well, you call a 4th broker, and then you talk about the conversations you had with the other 3, and you get the 4th opinion. And then you talk to a 5th broker to verify those opinions, right? You want to talk to at least 10 brokers. All right, so here's the checklist, the milestone. Get to 10 brokers. Okay? Also, those 100 people that I told you? Have you been talking to people about this challenge that you're doing? Have you been talking about your interest in real estate? Are you using this as an opportunity to deepen a conversation or a relationship that you have with someone already? Like, this is what's all possible. You want to ask yourself, what is the greatest possible outcome? What is the greatest reason of why I am even doing this challenge? Start to be in the discovery of what that really is too. Because the sooner you realize that it's about deepening relationship, it's an opportunity to create relationships, those relationships will translate to transactions in real estate. So what I did, at least, I went into our community here, and I'll just share with you guys. I went into our community, which is, where is it? Boardroom. Okay, so I went into the rookie roundtable, and I just asked, and this is how you can ask others too, is anyone in the group deploying capital? Who has deals? And we're starting to create our buy box, which is, it needs to cash flow and it needs to be in an up and coming neighborhood. That's my buy box right now. So we have somebody that says, hey, I'm happy to deploy capital. I was like, okay, let's have a call. And there was a couple other people that messaged me with deals. So you wanna do this in all the different networks that you're a part of. Still a little bit sick. Sorry about that. Whether it's a Facebook group or even if it's just another community that you're a part of, start talking about this challenge. Start talking about doing real estate deals. Keep that open. What else? I would say right now, if somebody gave you an opportunity to do a new build or a foreclosure or something like that, they're a little more complex. So I would, use the network. Use the network for questions that you have about those things if you want to do it. You need to want to have this happen more than I want you to have it happen. Okay, let's have a little competition right now. Who wants it more? Do you want yourself to have success here, or do I want it more for you? Because I really do. I'm spending an extra hour out of my day, 2 hours, to prepare for this, to do this call, to get a deal under contract, because I really want you to win. You got to also want it that badly. So what are you willing to do? Is it a whatever it takes to have this happen? And if it is whatever it takes, then ask yourself, tomorrow, how do I beat how I play today? Okay? And if you are watching this, during the daytime, then ask yourself, what can I do today that was more than what I did yesterday? Because you're playing this game against yourself. If I say you have to call 10 brokers to get to that stage of being clear on your market, then you can call all 10 today, or you can take 10, 12, 13 days to call. It's up to you. For me, when I talk to brokers and when I'm asking for information, I'm very clear what I'm asking. If you're newer, it might take you longer. So 1 hour of my time might equate to 5 hours of your time placed into this challenge. So you just have to be honest and be real with yourself on this. But and here's the other thing too. If you spend more time and you get more information and you collect more little wins, it's only going to translate to you believing that you can do this too. There will be so many aha moments that open up, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I had this amazing, beautiful connection or this beautiful conversation. They may turn into your investors, you know? So let's see what else is happening here. Oh, look at this. Aaron's making an offer in North Las Vegas. You know what this means? This means that he might be the person that I'm just going to partner with on this deal. See, you got to use all the advantages, because you closing the you closing the day in 30 deals in 30 days may not mean you have to do it yourself. It just attached to somebody that might have it done quicker too. Attached to me, since if you think I have the best chance of getting it done, right? Alex, what are you looking for? If I found you the deal, or if I brought the money, can you find the deal? Or if I brought the deal, can you find me the money? And then let's partner up 3-way to make it happen. That's thinking outside the box. Yeah, love to just like see more questions. Could you do an NOI and investment breakdown on this property? Okay. Yeah, let me see. Okay. At quick glance, $185,000. There's a lot of potential. 8-bedroom, 1-bath. What am I looking at? Okay, so never mind. It has a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with an extra utility room connection. Upstairs unit has 3-bedroom, 1-bath. So technically it's got like 5 or 6 rooms and 2 bathrooms. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's just look at this quick calculator, right? They're taking it almost basically a 7% interest rate. It's probably what we're getting. It's going to cost $37,000 to take down. All right. Let me do the math for you guys here. Let me just show you guys a quick thing for math. And this is how you guys can do it. I'm going to open up my book here. Hang on. Oh, also, I got a great idea. I think what I'm going to do is maybe Monday or Tuesday, I will do a live call to answer any questions. If that's something that you're interested in, and you guys put in the comments, yes, please do a Q&A call, then I will do it. Only if like enough of you guys actually want it. All right, let's take a look, shall we? Okay, frozen. Hold on. All right, so handy dandy whiteboard, and this is what I'm going to just draw out for you guys. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something here. This property is $185,000 to purchase, right? What did you need here? And I'm just going to use their numbers. You need 20% down. Of course, there are different ways to do deals like this. So you need $37K to close. I'm going to put that as DP, okay, for down payment. And then since it's already calculated for us, principal and interest is going to be $982. Insurance going to be $136. Property taxes $328. So you have $1,445 per month in expenses, or in mortgage payment, in payments. And then I don't know what this will rent for. Okay, this is what I don't know about this property. Can the 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom and the 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom exceed $1,445? Let's just do a quick research over here. Let's see. So let's look at a map of where this is. There's the map. Texas City. I'm gonna open up another tab. So I'm looking online right now for this property. I'm just gonna type in. Yeah, let me show you guys what I'm doing actually. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put in the area code. Texas City, Texas. Rent. All right. So we're looking for what a 2-1 and a 3-1 rents for. Okay, 2-1, I see a 655, 3-1, 1099, 2-1, 1400, but this is, but these are bigger. 2-1, 975. Okay, so I am gonna call this 2-1 potentially in this property. Oh, this one's kind of renovated, so I'm gonna call it between 655 and 975. I'm just gonna call it $800. All right, so I'm gonna call the rent. It's gonna be $800 for the 2-1, and then they had a 3-1. I'm being conservative here too because I don't really know, but I'm gonna call that 3-1 like $1,100. Yeah. So team, now you're gonna have to verify some of this information. So this is $1,900, $1,900 in income. All right, I'm gonna say you want to put aside probably, actually we won't even need to do that. I won't go too complicated, but let's just first go into 14 45. You guys see this is the expenses, right? And there's probably, let's call it $190 for management. All right, and I'm being conservative on the income. There's probably a couple more expenses. I would put in reserves and stuff like that too. But the math here is 1900 minus 1445 minus 190. So you're really making 265 a month net. And so we're looking for what type of returns we can get our investors like. Returns, when you look at ROI, return on investment, this is always really on a yearly basis. Okay, so we're going to multiply this number by 12 months. You'll generate $3,180 per year. This is your net. So you put down $37,000. What you want to do to find out the cash on cash, you actually want to take this $31,080 a year divided by 37,000. That's going to give you 0.0859. So when you're looking at percentage, you just move this over here 2 decimals. So you have a 8.57% cash on cash. It's not bad. It's pretty good. You know, if you look at a larger deal, this is actually a pretty good return in numbers. But still, it's small, 265. If you miss 1 month of rent, good that there's 2 units, but if you miss 1 month of rent, you're basically eating into 2 months of your income, like your net income. Now, anytime we look at real estate, the goal is to have positive cash flow, which this deal offers, and appreciation over time. All right. So as this property, let's just say, this property is $185,000. Let's say in 5 years, this property becomes $220K. All right. So $185,000 in 5 years. This is very possible, right? Just from inflation and all that, this is a big number. You know what? For the sake of easier math, I'm going to go to 225,000. That means there's an increase of $40,000 on this property in 5 years. Why does it want to do all these things for me? I'm not asking it to. If you take the 37,000 you put down, you take 40 divided by 37, 40K divided by 37K, you get 1.08. All right. That means your money, when you're looking for percentage, you move this over twice, right? Oh, stop. What is this thing? Okay. That means in 5 years, Jesus, 108% returns on your money. What is happening? All right. 108% on your money in 5 years is not bad. Divided by 4 or 5 years, that's 21.6% returns on your money. And you're cash flowing 8.57. So really 30.17% per year on your money is what you're earning. Where do you get returns like this, right? Now, I'm going to show you guys something else is if you can double your money every 5 years, okay, I'm going to show you the power of exponential returns, of compounding returns. Okay, let's just say you double your money every 5 years. We're just doing a 20% return. Okay, we're getting 30 here. 20% return. If you put in $100,000 into something and you never put money in ever again, but you reinvested all of your returns, watch what happens. Okay, why nobody should be investing really into their 401ks and IRAs, because the returns are so tiny compared to what you could do in real estate. This one deal above, it didn't look that good to start, returned 30.2% on your money. All right, we can find deals that return these. So 5 years, I'm just going to do right here, 5 years, becomes 200K. You're like, ooh, yay, I'm making some money. Then you reinvest that 200K back. 5 years, that's 400K. And we're going to do it again. 5 years, 800K. And now you're like, man, it took me 15 years to turn 100,000 to 800,000. You guys seeing the compounding effect that's happening here? On the top screen, 20 years, turns 100,000 to 1.6 million. Not that, and this is just doubling every 5 years, right? You're like, not that impressed. Let's continue going, okay? 1.6 million, 3.2 million, 6.4 million, 12.8 million, 25.6 million. 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. So the next 20 years, you turn 1.6 million to 25.6 million. So with $100,000 invested, if you just did nothing else but doubled this 100K every 5 years, in 40 years, you would have $25.6 million. This is while you're still doing your other side hustles, and you're going to make more money than this 100K, right, in your 40 years time. So this 100K is just being invested. You have money working for you. You see why it's so important to start to have money working for you? You're going to trade your time for money. You're going to spend all the money that you make, but your investment is keeping your retirement and your future on track. Now, most of us, once we see 100K turn into 200, 200 to 400, we're going to create more of this cycle. There will be more 100Ks started, right? You guys, I hope I'm landing this. It is a little bit late, so I'm kind of just, a little bit delirious as I woke up really early. But please ask questions. Okay, please ask questions. I just wanted to do this. I mean, somebody brought it up on the question, so it's great. But doing this will help evoke some questions, some motivations, I hope. And that we'll do a live call to answer all of these things. What else? So continue to call brokers. You're going to need to start thinking about how you're going to come up with this $37,000 for this deal, right? That's $185K. We need a $37,000. A $370,000 deal. Now you're going to need like $75,000, $80,000. And if you think you can't get that money, I want you to just reframe your mind for a second. All right, knowing what I just showed you with how real estate works. If you saw, let's see, for men, maybe this fits, and I'll do another one for women. If you saw a Ferrari on the side of the road, or a Ferrari for sale, and this guy is selling the Ferrari for $20,000, and you know that you can literally turn around. No, sorry, I'm not even going to use $20,000 because I just want to use this $75,000. You saw a Ferrari for sale for $75,000. You know that you can turn it around and sell this thing for $250,000. But you have 2 hours to come up with the $75K. And if you were able to come up with the $75K, you would make $100-something thousand, and you can split it with somebody. Do you think you can come up with the $75K in 2 hours? If you think you can, and you're like, oh yeah, because the deal is great. Well, do the same thing with real estate. You got to get your mind. It's just a mind perspective. And if that doesn't do it for you, then what if that Ferrari sells for $1 million? You have 2 hours to come up with $75K. And if you did, you would make $900,000. Do you think you can? Who would you call? If you saw jewelry, I don't even know if this is completely out of my zone now. If you saw a diamond that you knew was worth $1 million and somebody was selling it for $100K, how fast would you come up with the $100K? So we all can do this. It's just proper motivation and it's mindset. Think of real estate as that. Think of the returns to be that. All right. Now, keep those two parables or analogies in your mind and start thinking about the people you're going to call. Who will you call to pick up this Ferrari? So that's obviously my dog's snoring. That's the way to create partnerships, and that's the way you can buy real estate without your own money. Right? That's one way. That's the way I want you guys at least to approach to start. And then we'll talk more about the different strategies of how to increase your income next week. We are about to finish up an underwriting sheet for you guys to be able to use. So we'll talk about how to increase income. We'll talk about other different real estate strategies, other ways of raising capital, using different debt. So yeah, that will conclude. I need to get some rest now. But that will conclude the day 6 for today. I'm also trusting that this is perfect timing, that I have an event that I have to throw. There's probably not going to be too much action on these calls. But don't let this break, this slowing down right now, be the reason why you slow down to a point where you do nothing. While I'm doing something else, it means you guys can really hit the phone this weekend, right? Talk to more people. Write down on a piece of paper now, how many people will you talk to this weekend about what you're doing? How many brokers will you call? How clear are you going to be about the deal that you're going to buy, about the market that you're looking in? We're going to start to establish a buy box. That means it's the criteria in which you will invest. So far, it looks like a cash flowing deal that's in an up and coming neighborhood. That's the buy box right now. Eventually, the buy box is going to be 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, whatever that number, that one is, between these streets, in this location, under the price of $400,000. So we're going to start to establish that next week. Get serious. And then also, I want to say great job to the community for 4 new members have joined. How awesome. And Janice is just still killing the leaderboards. Let's see what the leaderboards look like. Ooh, whoa. Actually, the last 7 days, we got Crystal and Francisco climbing to the top of the leaderboard. Let's go. Well, all of you guys are at level 1 to start moving down to level 2, level 3, level 4. At least get to level 2. I mean, you got to start chatting with people, right? There's people that are trying to do deals here. Let's see. Let's see who's not doing anything. Shall we? How do we filter this? Last active. Most points. Let's go all the way down. How do I see points? Oh, I wish I showed the points. All right. Well, come on, guys. Get to work. There's a lot of opportunities here. All right. So that's it then. And I will see you guys on tomorrow.